I'm creating an agreement law. You were very clear in what I was asking him to do. I'm recording this video. Then I was taking the file on my YouTube channel, the file on my Facebook channel. There's a chance that I will make money out of it. If I get more followers, I will make money out of it. But I was clear with everything I would tell and so the and so the any money to pay you. This is an agreement that still I see too. So as you were speaking, I'm noticing that you all know this issue of collaboration with CDNs and that. It's something that you all know because the farmer point that you said. And my duty here today is to give you a certain aspect that you need to know about collaboration. It's not a rocket science thing and from the Krumada. It's a simple thing that landlady has in your everyday dealings. It's just a simple thing. You might be asking yourself, so what is the legal route? How do I do this? So how do I solicit for this and that? And then you scratch our heads, it's kind of too far. But into your is just in front of us. Everything is about agreeing. Sit down, agree. Sit down, understand, and agree. And when you agree, go on further, put it in writing. Put it in writing. There is no set rule to say in your collaborative effort, this is how you're supposed to agree, or this is the contract that you have to follow when you're in a collaboration. No. Anything, fish, how you talk to Jerry, the formula, whether you are using your ghetto language, it's fine as long as it's in black and white. It then becomes legally binding. So nothing can stop you from doing what you were saying you can do. I'm appointed about the skills, the principles, the purposes. All this is very important. But it will then become nothing if you don't put it in writing, if you don't have those contracts, if you don't put those agreements in pen and paper, then it becomes very useless. It starts with you believing. When you believe, when you understand, and then when you put it down in paper, then it protects you. There's so many things that you have to understand. Understand the contract. I know in our world of arts, we have been termed as people that are not educated. I mean, it's a normal look around. I'm an artist, I'm an artist, I don't want to read. See, maybe it's been our comfort zone saying I'm an artist, we've been shying away from contracts, we've been shying away from papers, we've been shying away from reading. Maybe it's time that you get away from your comfort zone, start being that person who understands contracts. Start being content with contracts. Start understanding what you call consent forms. So you need to have a consent form. If I'm doing something, my brother who's my videographer for today, I have to make him sign a consent form to say, I consent to filming this presentation, I consent that this presentation can be put online, I consent that I will not get any money out of it. Such that if that presentation makes 5 million, he's not coming to me and saying, but give me 5% in this. And he consented to doing this, he agreed. See, Dad used to say a verbal consent is okay, but then now with times, start putting things into pen and paper. So understand those things. Now, see, is collaboration layers when you are doing all these things, you want to share ideas, different ways, and start putting that thing down in writing. You'll say, you are calling it featuring and collaboration. Still fine, however you define it, whether it's a feature or it's a collaboration, however you define it, it's okay. but agree on it. To say, my sister, you're gonna feature into a video, if you will feature you, I'll give you a one-off payment of $50, or I'll give you in a hamba who what's the South African channel, channel O, it's total royalties from that to the only 5%. Thing I am going to plan about once we have those arrangements, which are sharp, is a fire, is a collaborator, was a fish. I just don't move from another pants. You raise the fear to say we are going to idea because with someone. Why? Because you are sharing these ideas verbally. Because you are feeling idea, put the forget so. Yeah, tomorrow I can use it. I will have a fire to me. But if you come and give me a form or a concept note, with a consent form first, idea, but instead of signing that, there is a thing which is called a non-disclosure agreement. Let's use to these terms. See, a non-disclosure. Say, I can come and disclose something good, but you are not allowed to if for an idea you want to collaborate with EASA. So you get to his office, I've got an idea, but before I do it, can you sign my non-disclosure thing? I sign the non-disclosure, and then you present your presentation on IWA, concept type and everything. Corner is copyrighted to you. Tomorrow, I want to say, Corner, you've got paperwork to go and sue that person. To say, I want to take the idea out of prison, stole the idea and then so remember these things. Consent forms, non-disclosure, and then another thing, copyright. Patent your works, register your works, now what also is registered under you, the cooperative, you own the rights to this thing. If anyone else loses it or seventies, then the case to say, but they don't say but if you continue doing things, yes, get away, I see that just participants, then we are likely to lose a lot of things. So it will start with you writing down an email to that person or phone collaborator. Create a paper trail to say, my name is so and so. I want us to work since the ABCD. See, you've got a trail to the communication that you are calling. Try avoid calling because of over the phone. I want to say the collaboration. I want to let's go to Sinatata video to Chinyamira. So getting everything. I want to know something. And then sometimes told her, I want to say getting on my way to Congo and my 7 is an exceptional council. But I want to idea. Okay. Yeah, but it's because the idea. You are not going to have a illegal channel to use if it's into Zina. We could come here and advise you to say, if you are not okay with reading or writing, get a manager to do that thing for you. Okay, but then, manager, how to then get someone who talk about something that I understand. That's why I said we have to get away from our comfort zone. Read the fine print. Our manager will propose a collaboration with their president. But when do you know what's in that document? Do you know what agreement is there? Do you even know what bank account if I'm the contract says I'm a royalties and I'm aware deposit what account change. We are seeing the my account. You can't sue that person because now you want to fish with a contract it says I imagine So if you want to stick to the legal route, get away from your comfort zone, be a friend of this paper and pen. And when you are doing a paper and pen, there's no standard format about to say a contract a collaboration in so you won't find it. If it's there, they are lying to you. Because the contract in just way alright, you can decide to say in this collaboration, the phone about to go by 50. I wonder by 50 bazaines A, B, C, D. When another 15 is about $5. You might have to pay or $100. Abula into try to find your Javas, which is the same Javas, the same. Anything about the pants, a sign of wonder by 2 or 3 becomes legally binding, especially when you say, the paper then are very sign, a same for my piece at Emma Court as a Zimbabwe, or Emma Court as a United Kingdom, or Emma Court as a United States. So I would say the Japanese maintain to me the contract when the collaboration we are coming. A contract is a piece of paper where people have to agree together. So I know I was given 30 minutes or 20 minutes of my presentation. I could go on and on speaking and wanting to sound fancy and expand the visitor's name, try to vex you with high collaboration, legal routing, but this thing is summarized in just few words. Contracts, write down a thing. Easy for Melanozi. So I've got I came to prepare. Where I work, our company is called Exclusive Management. We do different things, including guidance, advice to performers. So we also like to collaborate. So we know Gomez spoke about this workshop. We saw an opportunity where we can collaborate in the sense that we'll find a platform, as exclusive, to come and introduce ourselves to you guys. Of course, we'll speak and say into that Gomez said you should come and do, but at the same time, we'll just do a bit of marketing for ourselves. So we saw an opportunity and we agreed to the Gomez, it's fine, you can have the people, they will come, we will speak, and it's fine. Romero said, Suko has written down, we signed CCF. So I am saying, I prepared the presentation, and I know I've got a little family emergency that I need to rush to. But the good thing is I put my presentation down in writing. And is there anyone who's well versed in terms of reading the English language, or a confidence in terms of reading? Yeah, okay. So there you go. You are so inspired that you are part of my presentation, but I need a money to pay you. I just want you to help me. Yeah. So just to make sure when I touch on the things that you asked me to come and touch on, most of it I've said it, but Obunye is there in this presentation which I'll give to everyone. Besides the introduction, I've also done an introduction here to say good morning, good afternoon, it will be there, you will see it. But I also touched a bit about the importance of collaborations, which you all know about it, you couldn't really love one. And I also touched about best practices in a successful collaboration. Things that you need to make sure you touch on in order to have a successful collaboration. And it will depend on your definition of successful. But I think if there are these areas as a corner man, if you touch on them, it will then make sure that you have a successful collaboration. I'm thinking, should I let him read it out or not? But my other mind tells me since it's gonna be here, these are one. So, but it's all about clear communication. It tells you that you need to have a clear communication in terms of what you want to do. But remember, is all useless if you don't have that contract or if you don't put into something in writing. This clear communication that I'm talking about here would be useless if that communication is only verbal. Avoid verbal communications. Write down your things. So have that clear communication. You need to have that mutual respect for each other. You have that mutual respect. Be flexible in your work and mostly share a vision. Have a shared vision. It's not gonna okay project later. It's for now we share long and understand so that you move in one track. I also spoke about ownership, which I know is something that you want to okay, now we've done this collaboration. Who owns this work? It's called ownership. And when I was putting this together, I then remembered sometimes what's the point of me coming here and speak to you guys about writing down things and avoiding verbal communication? You say we have to speak to you verbally, when you're putting your preach, practice what you preach. So it's good. Now we thought about that and we've got things written down. Sometimes, but it's okay. You'll go home, we'll leave you with this so that you can read. It will explain about ownership. Who owns the works? Maybe my brother who's works. Can you read the part about ownership?
Okay. When it comes to ownership of collaborations in the performing arts sector, the person who initiates the collaboration by coming up with the concept typically holds the rights to the original idea. This means that they have the authority to determine how the collaboration is used and who gets the credit for it. However, this does not mean that they have sole ownership of the collaboration.
Okay. See, yakhulunywa ngothina khona banobuyele concept ufuna ukuyenzana. So all this esibuilding akubhala ngaphansi lapho can say mina le idea ngifuna ukuyenza i-dance production engizayifaka ku-ZBC TV ibidlala every weekend and so that it makes money. And make it clear this thing, it makes money. Umuntu ozabuya ezofeature or ezocollaborator uyathola imali yakhe ahambe ozamelela kuma-sharings or thatha kuma-takings. It's still fine as long as libhalelana phansi. See, there's issue of who gets the credit if you go forward, who call on like this. I will not let him read it. These are is all in here so that they can. And I can't live without touching the aspect of paid collaborations. There's issues called paid collaborations. You can actually pay for a variety to be part of the collaboration, or pay for a variety to feature in your collaboration. Someone will come to you and pay you to sing a verse or to come and pay you the pass, the brainstorm in. So you need to know about that. So who owns you? I will give you another advice, which maybe my other colleagues may not like it, but do you know how someone uthatha picture evaluate uthi imali lokuthatha picture ethi $50 umniki $50 akuthatha picture akasavunyelwa ukufaka signature ke lapho what visuals manje ngaphansi lapha. And you have paid him, it's now your picture. If you want to follow visuals, what visuals or KDB, because now it's advertising in your thing. See, so those are little things that you have to understand. One thing about budgeting, that's $50 and put on a base. When I started investing, the vessel is a funa, Michang one and Vini, bedroom yami kumbe ngifake ku-ZBC kumbe ngisho sekubhadalile wathatha i-50 it's no longer yours. You can't vuka wena kusasa sifaka ku-YouTube join i-tune yami ya suthethe antoni uthengile fana ngingathenga impuphu endlini yami eshop etuckshop yakho sobuya kusasa sizothupha sopheka it's no longer yours. So if you have accepted money to do a certain thing, nxa ufuna somele uhambe umuntu athi ivesi liyana kanti ngicela vele yami ukuthi ngifake ku-YouTube channel yami that but nika 150. Alright, so ngiyakhe wena ukubhadele $50 andawamenzela, but it's got the right now to say alright, hayi ungafaki onjani. ProGomez once spoke about an issue where you did a collaboration and at some point selifuna ukusebenzisa lokusengelela umuntu ayale umuntu ayisebenzise. Very right, but maybe you missed it on the contract. Maybe not all the contract anozabuyela bathi lapha ukuthi ngibalo post video le. If the contract says uyayishuta wena awuyifaki kulokuseni yakho or wena ungakwenza ku-retweeter kumbe u-reposter kumbe u-reshare iku-platform yethu. So uyabona why I was saying ukuthi village starts from the agreement is put down. You can negotiate somewhere khona phana phakathi to tight ngifuna ngenze ipoet ube khona mina ngizayifaka mina ngedwa ku platform yami. So ufuna mali phakathi ngifuna $80 but awunganiki 8 nika 40 ngoba nami ngiyafuna ukuthi ngiyifake lapho uyamela okugcineni ngifake kuya kuma platform. Please livumelene khona. Do you guys understand? So it's all in here. It will also joke your mind. And I also spoke about how to solicit for collaborations. The way I know you spoke which I praise how do I then initiate or solicit for collaborations? I've put points there in terms of what you need to do. You need to research, you need to identify abantu that suit the things that you need to do, and when you share your vision with them. So it's all about when we brainstorm. I also went further to say I will not just tell you about how to solicit without giving you an example. I also would I did a draft email which you see here. It's not easy to break the ice, it's not easy to ask sometimes. So I've put a sort of a draft email that then you can copy and then change things around. But maybe can you read for us in the next page? Yeah. Since how many minutes?
I put
So I'll read the draft of an email to ask for collaboration. Subject: collaboration opportunity for dance production. Diego, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Methuli and I'm reaching out to express my interest in collaborating with you on an upcoming dance production. I've been following your work for some time now and have been incredibly impressed by your talent and artistry. Your unique style and passion for dance truly resonates with me, and I believe that our collaboration will result in something truly special. I have a vision for a dance production that combines elements of contemporary, ballet, and jazz, and I believe that your expertise in contemporary dance will be a perfect fit for this project. I'm confident that our combined creativity and dedication to our craft could result in a breathtaking performance that will captivate audiences. I would love the opportunity to discuss this further with you and explore the possibility of working together. Please let me know if you would be interested in meeting to further discussions of this collaboration. Thank you for considering this opportunity, and I look forward to the possibility of creating something beautiful together. Best regards, Method.
So this is like how a dancer who wants to collaborate with another dancer will sort of craft an image to. So our first impressions, they make a very big difference. And if you can write pretty well, nothing is stopping you from writing with your present. Nothing is stopping you from writing umakati. As long as you present yourself pretty well. Montulo seems like he knows what he's talking about. Speaking about elements of jazz, ballet. So the Montulo is saying, okay, so Montulo, she will same chat. So he's most likely going to reply you book an appointment. So to the appointment, you have a consent form. I'm more idea when I first sign my non-disclosure form. Tina at Exclusive Management will help you guys come up with these things. If you want a concept note, if you want a non-disclosure form, if you want a draft contract, a draft constitution, these are the things that Tina is Exclusive Management will do. We've got our details at the back here. You will see, and then you'll get in touch with us. One of is enough for everyone. So if you can pass around. I said I was as well, but I think I tried to put everything in there. I also took the opportunity to tell you guys about the services that we offer. We can even offer you legal advice in terms of if you want to take the legal route in doing the things. We can then help you to point you guys in the right direction. You will see why we say you need to come to speak to us. But I think I have touched on the very important thing that we wanted to do. As my closing remark is, you guys work so hard in creating these works. Protect your work. Protect your work, copyright your work, patent your work, and make sure that you are doing it the right way. Start believing that you can protect your work through writing. I know I'm but from today, start believing that you can then do these contracts that will protect you. So, if you know what you want to do, nothing can stop you. Send out those emails, send out those proposals, and then be content. The last thing is be content. Now, something you pure $5. Be content with your $5. What is $1 to say $1 million? So that's an artist. No, that is what you legally agree on. So before you agree, first you be content. And once you are content, and once you agree, church is a move, James. Church is a move. Once you agree with Ngomeni Yami, who's a father, but you come around, no. Now, father. Now, my father. And now we are father for $5 for that. Get your $5, man. Now, father sends $5 million. You come from me. You can actually be sued when I'm not from some serious got what. When I'm also pressure in the agreement. When I'm also pressure agreement, when I'm woman to support. So very I'm an artist in a freedom. Yes. I want to be artist like freedom. It's for me, it's not for me. Because the more to make our hands into my information. But in this collaboration, the collaborators are making my own job. So you rather not collaborate if you are not sure or if you are not going to be content with the agreement one. And if you put things in writing, then you can go the legal way. So I think with your permission, I don't think any question that would. Okay, that was wrong. Anyway, can I take one or two questions before I start? Yeah. Yes.
So the point that you mentioned about paid collaboration.
Yes.
So the way if I get a corner, it's 100% true. and if you pay some or something, it's right for you.
Yeah.
But for musicians, musically,
Yeah.
Ngingathi feature senzingoma.
Yeah.
Sivumelana ukuthi okay, this is my a payment of a million.
Yeah.
Ngifuna 500, ngifuna mali. Ungabhadala as per musician, I own copyright because I'm listed engomeni as a writer.
Yeah.
So clearly I'm gonna 50% of what of our rights to that song ngoba ngilist as in a writer. Unless if you want to override on then you will have additional cost. So I wanted to add that ngoba it's something that I came across.
You are totally right. It's there even when you read further. But what's important right to accumulate is it becomes non-beneficial if it's not written down. Like I said, I won't allow you credit me or I've got this certain percentage. As long as it's not written down in a contract to it, it won't benefit you much. That person can even refuse to pay you. So like we said, there is no limitation to what agreement you have, even as musicians and what. So you might see it with Jay-Z, when Zangala with Jay-Z at 5%, but with Jay-Z with a contract. When I was doing the same amount as with Jay-Z but I'm not told the same money as with Jay-Z because when I didn't put your. So that as musicians, don't get into any agreement about your money. You're working with corporates. Percentage going forward. But the legal way, you can't even sue corporates. Once you time, you yes, but I would have told you much for my hands.
I think it's one of the same as when what to then you ask a musician just of a lead guitar. It's also a musician, and to go to music together. But if he pays me $100 to come and put in line a lead and you will credit me what I'm you actually lead guitar but just because you paid me so pay. But like he's saying now I need my father, whatever money I need 3% of my line as I father in a written format we contract. He said the one that you need guitarist like phone or uzavumelana nami ezakufuna. So in short you would sing to assume very as long as this song was written by that. So made a tone because at the end of the day we are going to if it's not in agreement.
Yeah, mina ngakuthi ukuthi mlava this